Are you struggling with the challenges of living alone as you get older? Well, you're certainly not alone. Many older adults are facing the same difficulties, but what if I told you that by avoiding a few common mistakes, you could significantly boost your happiness and well-being? In today's video, we're diving into the key mistakes to avoid when living independently in your golden years, things that can help you thrive, not just survive. From avoiding isolation to staying financially and emotionally organized, we'll cover everything you need to create a safe, nurturing environment. So, stick with me until the end, because you won't want to miss these life-changing tips. If you're ready to take charge and live your best life, let's jump right in. Before we dive in, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our helpful content. Your support means the world to me. If you find this video helpful, give it a like and share it with others who might benefit. It really helps spread the message, and I'd be so grateful. Oh, and if you love the content, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know, or if you have suggestions for improvement, feel free to leave a 0 as well. I want to make content that works best for you. Alright, let's get started. Number 1, avoid complete isolation. Living alone can sometimes lead to the slow, sneaky trap of isolation. Days start to blur into weeks, and what once felt like a peaceful solitude can suddenly turn into a crushing sense of loneliness. This is one of the biggest challenges for older adults who live independently, and it's important to address it head-on. Trust me, you're not alone in feeling this. Many people slowly drift into isolation without even realizing it. I've heard so many stories of older adults who found themselves completely cut off from their social circles without intending to. It often starts innocently. Maybe you skip a social event because you're feeling tired, and then it happens again, and before you know it, it becomes the norm. The quiet that once felt refreshing starts to feel stifling, and days seem to lose their meaning. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to be this way. You can fight back against isolation and take proactive steps to stay connected. The key is to make an active effort to keep up with your social bonds. Join a local community group or an online club, reach out to neighbors, or even volunteer. Just keep those connections alive. And it doesn't have to be anything big. Sometimes a simple weekly phone call to a loved one can make a world of difference. Imagine the joy of hearing a familiar voice, the shared laughter, and the feeling that someone truly cares. These small moments of connection can bring back a sense of purpose and remind you that you are not alone in this journey. I once heard the story of a woman who decided to volunteer at a local animal shelter after her husband passed away. At first, she was nervous about stepping out of her comfort zone, but what started as a hesitant effort soon became the highlight of her week. She made new friends, found comfort in the animals, and, most importantly, she regained her sense of purpose. It just goes to show that even a small change can lead to a huge improvement in your quality of life. Don't wait until the weight of loneliness becomes too heavy. Be proactive. Start with something small. Even just saying hello to a neighbor or making plans to talk to a family member each week can make a difference. Staying connected isn't just about avoiding loneliness, it's about embracing life and the beauty that comes from shared experiences. Because no matter how brief, those moments of connection are what truly keep our hearts and spirits alive. Number 2, avoid neglecting your health. Let's talk about health, because when you're living alone, it's easy for your health to quietly slip to the back burner. Without someone around to remind you to take your medication, to nudge you to get outside for a walk, or even to notice when you're not quite yourself, it's easy for little things to become big problems. And let's be honest, sometimes it's just easier to say, "I'll do it tomorrow," until tomorrow turns into weeks, and your health suffers. I remember reading about a man who kept putting off a doctor's appointment. It was nothing major, just a nagging cough he thought would go away. But weeks turned into months, and by the time he finally went, it had become something much more serious. His regret was tangible. He wished he had taken better care of himself when it was still a simple problem to fix. That story always reminds me of the importance of being proactive about our health. Set reminders on your phone to take your medication. Make doctor's appointments a priority, and don't brush them off. Create a daily routine that includes taking care of yourself, whether that's going for a walk, doing gentle stretches, or simply making sure you're eating nutritious meals. These small actions might not seem like much, but they add up over time. Think of it like making deposits into a health savings account. Each small step contributes to a healthier, more resilient you. And let's not forget mental health, which is just as important as physical health. Living alone can bring feelings of anxiety, sadness, or even hopelessness, especially during challenging times. It's okay to feel these things, but it's crucial not to let them take over. Talk to someone, a trusted friend, a loved one, or even a therapist. There is no shame in reaching out for help when you need it. Your emotional well-being deserves just as much care and attention as your body. Taking care of yourself is an act of self-love and respect. When you invest in your health, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're also doing it for the people who care about you, who want you to be well, happy, and around for as long as possible. Your health is your most valuable asset, so guard it, nurture it, and cherish it. Number 3, avoid ignoring safety concerns. It's easy to feel invincible when you've lived independently for so long. You've managed everything on your own for years, so why change anything now? But the reality is, as we age, our safety needs change too. And sometimes, a little bit of extra caution can go a long way. Ignoring safety concerns isn't just risky, it can be life-threatening. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury among older adults, and the consequences can be devastating. I read about a woman who had a minor fall in her kitchen and found herself stuck on the floor for hours because she couldn't reach her phone. Can you imagine the fear she must have felt in that moment? It's stories like these that remind us just how important it is to be prepared. A personal emergency response system, like a wearable device that lets you call for help with the push of a button, can make all the difference in an emergency. And simple things, like ensuring good lighting in hallways and staircases, installing grab bars in the bathroom, or even asking a neighbor to check in on you periodically, can help prevent accidents before they happen. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being proactive, about caring for yourself enough to create an environment where you feel safe and secure. The goal is to live independently, comfortably, and safely. By making a few simple adjustments, you can have the peace of mind that allows you to fully enjoy your independence. Because that's what it's really about, feeling safe, feeling secure, and being able to focus on the joys of life without constantly worrying about what might go wrong. That wraps up part 1. Remember, these tips are about enhancing your life and keeping you safe, healthy, and connected. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this helpful, and comment 1 if you're ready to take these steps in your own life. Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll dive even deeper into more practical advice for living independently and thriving in your golden years. Number 4, avoid developing unhealthy habits. Living alone offers a wonderful sense of freedom, but with that freedom comes the risk of slipping into unhealthy habits without anyone else around to keep you accountable. When there's no one there to encourage you to make good choices, it's easy to fall into patterns that may seem comforting in the short term but can harm you over time. Imagine this, you decide to skip cooking dinner one night and opt for snacks in front of the TV. Harmless, right? But one night can turn into several, and soon you find that proper meals have been replaced by chips and processed foods. It's not that you set out to develop unhealthy habits, but without someone else around, it's much easier to let small slip-ups become the norm. I once heard about a woman who began eating her meals in front of the television after her husband passed away. It was her way of coping with loneliness, and over time, it became a routine that led to a sedentary lifestyle and weight gain. It wasn't until she started feeling sluggish and disconnected from herself that she realized what was happening. Her story hit home for me because it's something many of us can relate to. We all have moments where we fall into comfortable habits, but if left unchecked, they can take a toll on our health and well-being. The good news is that changing these habits doesn't require drastic measures. Start small, commit to cooking a nutritious meal a few times a week or make a conscious effort to go for a daily walk. The goal isn't perfection, it's about creating a balanced lifestyle that supports your health and happiness. You could even find a new hobby that keeps you active, like gardening or dancing. Finding joy in what you do is key to making these positive habits stick. One of the best ways to stay accountable is to set realistic goals. Don't aim to overhaul everything overnight, focus on small, sustainable changes. If you found yourself snacking a lot, start by replacing some snacks with healthier options like fruits or nuts. If you've been skipping exercise, commit to taking a short walk each day. These changes might seem minor, but they can make a big difference over time. Healthy habits are about more than just physical well-being, they also contribute to your mental and emotional health. When you take care of your body, you feel better about yourself, and that positive energy radiates into other areas of your life. It's all about finding the balance that works for you, and making choices that help you feel your best. Number 5. Avoid letting your home become a burden. A home can be a beautiful place, filled with memories of laughter, family, and love. But as we get older, maintaining a large house can become overwhelming. What used to be a symbol of stability can slowly start feeling like a burden. All the cleaning, upkeep, repairs, and yard work can become physically exhausting and emotionally draining, especially when you're handling everything on your own. I remember reading about a woman whose children had all moved out, and she found herself alone in a large home that was once bustling with activity. She felt guilty even thinking about moving because of all the memories tied to that house. But as time went on, she realized that trying to keep up with everything was wearing her down. She was constantly exhausted, and instead of enjoying her home, it had become a source of stress. Eventually, she made the decision to downsize. It wasn't easy, letting go of a place filled with memories was a tough choice. But once she did, she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in years. Moving to a smaller, more manageable space allowed her to live with greater ease and comfort, and she had more energy to focus on the things that truly brought her joy. Downsizing isn't about letting go of the past, it's about creating a future that allows you to live comfortably and independently. Now, downsizing may not be for everyone, and that's okay. If you love your home and want to stay, there are still ways to make it work for you. Don't be afraid to ask for help with the tasks that have become too challenging, whether it's hiring someone to take care of the yard, clean the house, or do small repairs. There's no shame in seeking help. Your home should be a place where you feel safe, relaxed, and comfortable, not one that drains your energy and spirit. Your environment should work for you, not against you. By making the decision to downsize or seeking help with upkeep, you're making a choice to live more freely and fully, a choice that allows you to enjoy your independence without being weighed down by the demands of maintaining a big house. Remember, your home is meant to be your sanctuary, not a source of stress. Number 6. Avoid losing your sense of purpose. One of the most significant challenges that can come with living alone, particularly after retirement or the loss of a loved one, is the creeping feeling of losing your sense of purpose. Without a job to go to or children to care for, it can feel like the days just blend into each other, and that deep sense of meaning can start to fade away. But the truth is, your life still has incredible value, and there are so many ways to find meaning and purpose in this new chapter. This phase of life might be the perfect opportunity to rediscover yourself and explore passions you never had the time for before. Think about those hobbies you've always been curious about but never pursued, maybe painting, writing, gardening, or even learning a new language. These activities aren't just ways to pass the time, they're opportunities to reignite that spark inside you, to engage your mind and spirit in ways that bring you joy. There's a powerful story of an older man who became a mentor for young people in his community after retiring. He had always enjoyed working with his hands, so he began teaching woodworking to kids at the local community center. The relationships he formed with those kids gave him a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment, and he found that he was making a real difference in their lives. It wasn't just about teaching them skills, it was about passing down wisdom, connecting across generations, and giving his life experience new meaning. The key is to keep exploring. Don't let the quietness of living alone convince you that your best days are behind you, they're not. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to experience something meaningful. You still have so much to offer, not just to others but to yourself as well. Number 7. Avoid thinking you have to do everything alone. There's a common belief that once you're living independently, especially as you get older, you have to prove that you can handle everything by yourself. It's natural to want to maintain that sense of independence, but it's important to remember that independence doesn't mean you can't ask for help when you need it. There's immense strength in recognizing when you need support, and reaching out doesn't diminish your independence, it enhances it. I once heard the story of a woman who was hesitant to ask her adult children for help. She didn't want them to worry or think she couldn't manage on her own, so she kept struggling in silence. But eventually, the weight of trying to do everything herself became too much. When she finally reached out, she found that her children were more than happy to help, and that accepting their support made her feel more connected to them, not less independent. Whether it's asking a neighbor for help with groceries, having a family member assist with home maintenance, or even hiring someone to take care of the more challenging tasks, there's no shame in admitting that you can't do it all alone. Living independently doesn't mean you have to be alone, it means recognizing your limits and taking steps to make sure you're supported. Independence is about making choices that are best for you, including knowing when to ask for help. By reaching out, you're creating a network of support that allows you to live more freely and joyfully. You are not alone in this world, there are people who care about you, who want to help, and who are ready to be there for you when you need it. Don't be afraid to lean on them. Number 8. Avoid neglecting your home environment. When you live alone, it's easy to let your home environment become neglected. Maybe you leave things out, skip the cleaning for a week or two, or let small repairs go undone. But over time, that clutter can start to take a toll on your mental health. Your environment can either nurture your well-being or add to your stress, and keeping your space clean and organized can help you feel more at peace. I remember a story of a woman who, after her husband passed, slowly started to care less about her surroundings. The clutter grew, projects were left unfinished, and her home started to feel chaotic. It wasn't until a friend came over and helped her tidy up that she realized just how much the state of her home was affecting her mood. Decluttering and creating a more organized space helped her feel more in control of her life, and it was a powerful reminder of the connection between our physical and mental environments. You don't need to overhaul your whole house in one day, start small. Focus on one area at a time, like clearing the clutter from your kitchen counters or making sure that your bedroom is a calming space. Keep pathways clear and make sure that essential items are easy to reach. A tidy, organized home can do wonders for your mood and help you feel more grounded and capable. Your home should be a sanctuary, a place where you feel comfortable, safe, and at peace. By taking care of your environment, you're taking care of yourself. Number 9. Avoid losing track of time. When you live alone, especially during retirement, it can be easy to lose track of time. Days can start to blend into one another, and without the structure that a job or other responsibilities used to provide, it's common to feel like there's no real distinction between Monday and Thursday. This gradual loss of awareness around time can lead to feelings of disorientation, which can contribute to a sense of loneliness or even depression. Time slipping through your fingers can make life feel a bit aimless, but the good news is that you have the power to bring structure back into your days. I once heard a story about a man who, after retiring, found himself getting lost in the blur of unstructured time. He realized that he was spending most of his day doing nothing, and it made him feel empty. Eventually, he made a simple yet transformative decision. He started creating daily and weekly routines. He would plan his grocery shopping on a specific day each week, take a morning walk at the same time each day, and even scheduled some fun activities to look forward to. Adding structure doesn't have to mean filling every moment with an activity, it's about giving your days a rhythm. Setting simple routines, like waking up at the same time each day, setting aside time for a favorite hobby, or planning weekly calls with family members, can make a big difference. It gives your days a purpose, and even those small rituals can bring a sense of satisfaction. You could also consider planning your week in advance. Write things down on a calendar or use a planner to organize your days. This not only helps you keep track of appointments and events, but it also gives you something to look forward to each day. Whether it's a morning walk, an afternoon coffee, or a video chat with a friend, these small plans add structure and meaning to your time. Losing track of time doesn't have to be inevitable. By building structure into your days, you'll maintain a sense of purpose and direction. Your days will feel more fulfilling, and you'll be surprised by how empowering it can be to have that structure in place. Remember, each day holds incredible value, and you deserve to make the most of it. Number 10. Avoid holding on to things out of sentimentality. Sentimental items can hold a lot of meaning, and they can bring comfort in times of change. It's natural to want to hold on to items that remind us of loved ones, happy memories, and significant moments in our lives. But there's a delicate balance between treasuring those memories and allowing material possessions to weigh us down. I remember a story shared by an older woman who, after losing her husband, found herself unable to part with any of his belongings. His clothes, tools, even his old papers, everything had a memory attached to it. She kept all these things, not realizing that her home was slowly becoming cluttered and overwhelming. The emotional weight of holding on to everything was making it difficult for her to move forward. Eventually, with the help of her children, she went through each item and decided to keep the ones that truly mattered to her. Letting go of the rest was difficult, but she found that it gave her a sense of lightness and peace. It's important to remember that memories live within us, not just in the objects we hold on to. Keeping a few meaningful items is perfectly fine, but holding on to everything can make your home feel cluttered and chaotic. Consider taking photos of items that you're not ready to part with but don't have space for, and pass on other items to family members who might cherish them. Decluttering in this way isn't about erasing the past, it's about creating space for new experiences and giving yourself the freedom to enjoy the present. By letting go of items that no longer serve a purpose, you're not losing the memories attached to them. You're simply making room for the next chapter of your life. Your home should be a place of peace and comfort, not one weighed down by too many things from the past. Decluttering can be an emotional process, but it's also an opportunity to create a fresh start and to focus on what truly matters. Number 11. Avoid skipping emergency preparedness. One of the biggest mistakes older adults make when living independently is not being prepared for emergencies. Whether it's a medical issue, a power outage, or a natural disaster, having a plan in place can make all the difference. When you're living alone, being unprepared can leave you vulnerable, and that's a situation no one wants to be in. I read a story about a man who was caught off guard by a sudden snowstorm. He hadn't charged his phone, and he didn't have enough supplies on hand, which left him feeling isolated and scared. After that experience, he decided to be proactive. He made sure to have a portable phone charger, an emergency kit, and extra batteries ready in case something like that ever happened again. It gave him peace of mind knowing he was prepared. Take the time to make an emergency plan. Keep a list of emergency contacts easily accessible. Make sure you have an emergency kit with essentials like food, water, medications, and a flashlight, and consider investing in a portable phone charger. Having these items on hand can make a huge difference when emergencies happen. If you live in an area that's prone to extreme weather, make sure you're familiar with local evacuation procedures and have a plan in place for where you can go if you need to leave your home. Being prepared for emergencies isn't about living in fear, it's about taking control of your safety and well-being. When you're prepared, you can handle unexpected situations with confidence and calmness. It's an act of self-care that protects your independence and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Number 12. Avoid financial disorganization. Financial disorganization is something that can quietly creep up on you, especially when you're living alone. It's easy to let paperwork pile up or to lose track of bills, bank accounts, and important documents. But staying on top of your finances is crucial for maintaining your independence and reducing stress. I once read about a woman who didn't realize the impact of her financial disorganization until she finally sat down to look at her bank statements. To her surprise, she had been paying for subscriptions she no longer used and had missed a few bills. It was overwhelming, but with the help of a trusted family member, she managed to sort everything out and create a system for staying organized. The process was stressful, but it ultimately gave her a sense of empowerment and control over her finances. Creating a simple system for managing your finances can help prevent these kinds of situations. Set up automatic payments for essential bills, like utilities and rent, to ensure they're paid on time. Make it a habit to review your bank statements monthly, so you can catch any unexpected charges or fees. Keeping important financial documents, like bank statements, insurance policies, and wills, in a designated place can also make them easy to find when needed. If managing your finances feels overwhelming, don't hesitate to ask for help. Reach out to a trusted family member, friend, or even a financial advisor who can guide you through the process. Seeking help doesn't make you any less independent. It's a smart way to protect your financial well-being and reduce stress. Financial organization is about more than just managing money, it's about peace of mind. When your finances are in order, you don't have to worry about missed bills or forgotten accounts. You can focus on enjoying life, knowing that your financial foundation is solid and secure. Number 13, avoid neglecting your social life. Staying socially connected is essential for your overall well-being, especially when you're living alone. Social interactions provide emotional support, reduce feelings of loneliness, and give you a sense of belonging. It's easy to let social connections fade, but maintaining them is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. I remember reading about an older man who lost touch with his friends after retiring. He felt isolated, and his mental health began to decline. Eventually, he made the decision to reconnect. He reached out to his old friends, joined a local book club, and even started attending community events. These small actions made a world of difference. He felt happier, more energized, and more connected to the world around him. Making an effort to stay connected doesn't have to be complicated. Reach out to friends and family members regularly, even if it's just a quick phone call or video chat. Join local community groups or clubs where you can meet people with similar interests. Volunteering is also a great way to meet new people while giving back to your community. Maintaining a social life is about nurturing your emotional health. The connections you build and maintain will enrich your life, give you a sense of purpose, and remind you that you're not alone. Don't underestimate the value of a simple conversation or a shared moment. Those are the things that make life meaningful. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like this video and leave a comment below to let me know you're still here with me. Your feedback means so much, and I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. We've got plenty more content to help you live your best life independently. Number 14, avoid ignoring physical activity. Staying physically active is one of the most important things you can do for your health and well-being as you age. It can be tempting to skip exercise, especially when you're living alone and there's no one to motivate you. But physical activity is essential for maintaining mobility, strength, and even mental health. The best part? Staying active doesn't have to mean intense workouts at the gym. It's about finding activities that you enjoy and that keep you moving. I remember reading about a man who had always been active in his younger years but found himself becoming more sedentary as he got older. He noticed that he was feeling weaker and had less energy. After talking to his doctor, he decided to start small. He began taking short walks around his neighborhood every morning. It wasn't much at first, but it made a difference. He started to feel more energized and eventually began incorporating other activities, like stretching and light strength training, into his routine. Even a simple walk can have tremendous benefits for your health. It helps improve cardiovascular health, maintain a healthy weight, and boost your mood. You could also try activities like yoga, tai chi, or even gardening. These kinds of gentle exercises help with balance and flexibility, reducing the risk of falls while also keeping you active and engaged. If motivation is an issue, consider joining a local fitness group or an online exercise class. Having a community, even if it's virtual, can help keep you accountable and make exercising more enjoyable. The key is to find activities that you enjoy so that staying active doesn't feel like a chore. It becomes something you look forward to. Staying physically active isn't just about your body, it's about maintaining your independence and keeping your mind and spirit energized. Number 15, avoid poor nutrition. Living alone can sometimes lead to unhealthy eating habits. It's easy to skip meals or choose convenient but unhealthy options when you don't have someone else around to share a meal with. But proper nutrition is key to maintaining your health, energy levels, and overall quality of life. Eating well doesn't have to be complicated, it's all about making small, mindful choices that support your well-being. I once heard about a woman who found herself eating mostly processed, packaged foods after her husband passed away. She said cooking for one didn't feel worth the effort, so she often opted for microwave meals. But after a while, she noticed that she was feeling more tired, and her health began to decline. She decided to make a change and started preparing simple, healthy meals for herself. She found that cooking could be an act of self-care, a way to nourish her body and lift her spirits. If cooking feels like too much work, consider preparing meals in batches so you have leftovers for the next few days. You can also keep healthy, easy-to-prepare foods on hand, like fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Eating a balanced diet doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the kitchen, it's about making small adjustments that add up to a healthier lifestyle. Another great way to improve your nutrition is to make mealtime an enjoyable experience. Set the table, play some music, and treat yourself to a nice meal, even if it's just for you. You deserve to eat well and take care of your body, and these little changes can make a big difference in how you feel day to day. Number 16. Avoid skipping regular health checkups. It's easy to put off doctor's appointments when you're feeling fine, especially when you're living independently. But regular health checkups are crucial for catching potential health issues before they become serious. Preventative care is one of the best ways to maintain your health as you age, and it's important not to let those appointments slide. I remember reading a story about a man who hadn't seen his doctor in years because he felt healthy and didn't think it was necessary. One day, he started experiencing some minor symptoms that he brushed off as nothing serious. By the time he finally saw a doctor, he was diagnosed with a condition that could have been treated more effectively if it had been caught earlier. His story is a powerful reminder that preventative care can make all the difference in maintaining your health. Make it a habit to schedule regular checkups with your healthcare provider, even if you feel fine. Annual physicals, dental exams, eye checkups, and screenings for common conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes can help ensure that you stay healthy and catch any issues early. If you have difficulty remembering appointments, set reminders on your phone or write them down on a calendar where you'll see them. Your health is your most valuable asset, and regular checkups are an important part of taking care of yourself. Don't wait until something is wrong to see your doctor. Be proactive about your health so you can continue to live independently and feel your best. Number 17. Avoid isolating yourself emotionally. Living alone can sometimes lead to emotional isolation, especially if you're not making a conscious effort to nurture your emotional well-being. It's important to remember that while physical isolation might be part of living alone, emotional isolation doesn't have to be. You deserve to feel connected, supported, and understood, even if you're the only one living in your home. I once heard a story of a woman who felt emotionally isolated after her children moved away. She found herself feeling disconnected and sad, but she wasn't sure how to change things. Eventually, she decided to reach out to an old friend, and they started talking regularly. Those conversations helped her feel less alone, and she realized how much she had missed having someone to share her thoughts and feelings with. It's important to make an effort to stay emotionally connected with the people in your life. Whether it's through phone calls, video chats, or even writing letters, finding ways to share your thoughts and feelings with others can help reduce feelings of isolation. If you find it difficult to talk to friends or family, consider joining a support group or speaking with a counselor. There is no shame in seeking support when you need it. Your emotional health is just as important as your physical health. Another way to nurture your emotional well-being is to practice self-compassion. Living alone can be challenging, and it's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. Remember to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a friend. Emotional well-being is about feeling connected, both to others and to yourself. Number 18. Avoid overlooking home safety measures. Home safety is crucial when you're living independently, especially as you get older. It's easy to overlook small hazards, but making your home a safer place can prevent accidents and give you peace of mind. Taking proactive steps to ensure your home is safe doesn't take a lot of time, but it can make a huge difference. Consider this story. A gentleman had always felt comfortable in his home, but after a small accident, tripping over a rug in the hallway, he realized that his home could use some safety adjustments. He decided to make a few simple changes, like removing loose rugs, installing grab bars in the bathroom, and improving lighting in areas that were dim. These small modifications made his home safer and helped him feel more secure. Start by looking around your home for any potential hazards. Loose rugs, cluttered walkways, and poor lighting are common issues that can lead to accidents. Consider installing grab bars in the bathroom and railings along staircases to provide extra support. Make sure that your home is well lit, especially in areas like hallways and stairs where falls are more likely to happen. It's also a good idea to keep emergency contact numbers easily accessible and consider a personal emergency response system that you can use to call for help if needed. Your home should be a place where you feel safe and comfortable. By taking the time to make these small adjustments, you're investing in your safety and well-being, which allows you to continue living independently with confidence. Number 19. Avoid neglecting your mental stimulation. Keeping your mind active is just as important as keeping your body active. When you're living alone, it's easy to fall into routines that don't challenge your mind. But mental stimulation is key to maintaining cognitive function and staying sharp as you age. The good news is that keeping your mind active can be fun and enjoyable. It's about finding activities that engage your interests and keep you curious. One older gentleman I read about loved puzzles, but over time, he had stopped doing them because he didn't feel motivated. When he started again, he found that it gave him a sense of purpose and helped keep his mind sharp. He began setting aside time each day to work on crosswords, Sudoku, and even tried learning chess. These activities not only kept his mind engaged but also brought him joy. There are so many ways to keep your mind active: reading books, solving puzzles, learning a new hobby, or even taking a class. Many community centers and online platforms offer courses specifically designed for older adults, covering everything from art and history to technology. Learning something new can be incredibly rewarding and can help you feel more connected to the world around you. Keeping your mind engaged also means staying curious. Ask questions, explore new interests, and challenge yourself to learn something new every day. Mental stimulation is about more than just keeping your brain healthy. It's about living a life full of curiosity, excitement, and discovery. If you're enjoying these tips and want to continue on this journey to independent, healthy living, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our new content, and leave a comment to let me know how you're applying these tips in your life. Your feedback is so valuable, and I'd love to hear from you. Number 20. Avoid overlooking the importance of a daily routine. Having a daily routine might sound simple, but it can have a profound impact on your overall well-being when living alone. A routine brings structure to your day, gives you a sense of purpose, and helps you stay organized and engaged. When you don't have a set routine, it's easy for days to blend into one another, and this can lead to a sense of aimlessness or even sadness. A daily routine is your opportunity to create a day filled with activities that enrich your mind, body, and soul. Consider the story of an older woman I read about who struggled after retiring. She said that without a reason to get up every morning, she started sleeping in later and later, and her days felt empty. Eventually, she decided to establish a daily routine that included things like going for a walk, making breakfast, spending time on her hobbies, and calling a friend in the evening. Creating this routine gave her a reason to get up and get moving each day. She felt more energized and looked forward to the different activities she had planned. Your daily routine doesn't have to be complex. It can be as simple as waking up at the same time each day, eating breakfast, going for a walk, spending time on a hobby, and winding down in the evening. Having these rituals in place gives you something to look forward to and provides stability, which is especially important when living alone. A routine gives you control over your day and helps you focus on things that bring you joy and fulfillment. If you're not sure where to start, think about the activities that make you happy or that contribute to your well-being. Whether it's reading a book, tending to your garden, cooking, or even meditating, adding these activities to your daily schedule can make each day more rewarding. The key is to create a routine that suits your preferences and helps you live each day with intention. Number 21. Avoid neglecting your sleep health. Sleep is crucial for both your physical and mental health, but it's something that many people struggle with as they get older. Living alone can sometimes mean that no one is there to notice or comment on your sleep habits, which can make it easy to fall into poor sleep patterns. Maybe you stay up too late watching TV or struggle to fall asleep due to worries that linger in the quiet of the night. But getting enough quality sleep is essential for your well-being, energy levels, and overall health. One gentleman I read about used to have terrible sleep habits. After his wife passed away, he started staying up late and sleeping in until noon. This irregular sleep pattern left him feeling groggy and unmotivated throughout the day. When he realized how much his poor sleep was affecting him, he decided to make some changes. He set a consistent bedtime, started winding down by reading instead of watching TV, and created a calming bedtime routine. Over time, his sleep improved, and he felt more alert and energetic during the day. Establishing good sleep hygiene can make a significant difference in how well you sleep. Start by setting a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine that helps you wind down, such as reading a book, listening to calming music, or taking a warm bath. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals before bedtime, and try to limit screen time in the evening, as the blue light from screens can interfere with your ability to fall asleep. If you're having trouble sleeping, it's important to address it rather than ignoring it. Talk to your doctor if sleep issues persist, as they can help you find solutions that work for you. Quality sleep is the foundation of good health, and making sleep a priority will help you feel your best. Number 22. Avoid forgetting to celebrate small wins. When you're living alone, it's easy to overlook the importance of celebrating your achievements, especially the small ones. But acknowledging your accomplishments, no matter how small, can boost your mood, improve your self-esteem, and bring more joy into your daily life. Celebrating your wins is a powerful way to stay positive and motivated. I remember reading about a woman who started setting small goals for herself after moving to a new city. She set goals like cooking a new recipe, going for a longer walk, or even organizing her closet. Each time she completed a goal, she would celebrate, sometimes by treating herself to her favorite dessert or simply by taking a moment to acknowledge her effort and feel proud. These small celebrations helped her stay positive and motivated, even on challenging days. No achievement is too small to celebrate. Did you go for a walk today? Celebrate it. Did you finally get around to organizing that drawer? That's worth celebrating too. Celebrating your accomplishments helps you stay focused on the positives in your life and reminds you that you are capable and strong. You don't need anyone else to validate your achievements. Take pride in what you do, and give yourself the recognition you deserve. Celebrating your wins is a way to bring more happiness into your life, and it's a reminder that you're doing a great job at living independently. It's these small moments of acknowledgement that add up to a life filled with joy and fulfillment. Number 23. Avoid ignoring your emotional triggers. We all have emotional triggers, certain situations, memories, or experiences that can bring up difficult emotions. When you're living alone, it's important to be mindful of these triggers and to take steps to manage them in healthy ways. Ignoring your emotional triggers can lead to feelings of anxiety, sadness, or even anger, and it's important to address these emotions rather than bottling them up. I once heard about a man who struggled with feelings of sadness around the anniversary of his wife's passing. Each year, he would try to ignore the date, but the sadness would still come, and it would often leave him feeling isolated and overwhelmed. Eventually, he decided to approach the anniversary differently. He began planning something special for that day, a walk in the park, a visit to their favorite place, or even cooking her favorite meal. By acknowledging his feelings and finding a way to honor them, he found that the day became less painful and more meaningful. If you have emotional triggers, it's important to recognize them and find ways to cope. Whether it's journaling, talking to a friend, or doing something that brings you comfort, taking steps to manage your emotions can help you feel more in control. It's also okay to ask for help. Speaking with a counselor or therapist can provide you with the support you need to navigate difficult emotions. Your emotional health is just as important as your physical health, and taking care of it is a crucial part of living independently. Number 24. Avoid letting technology overwhelm you. Technology can be a powerful tool for staying connected, entertained, and informed, but it can also feel overwhelming at times, especially if you didn't grow up with it. Many older adults feel hesitant about using new technology, and this hesitation can lead to missed opportunities for staying connected with loved ones or accessing helpful resources. But the truth is, technology can be a wonderful ally if you take the time to learn and use it in ways that benefit you. I remember reading about an older gentleman who was initially intimidated by smartphones and social media. He was hesitant to try, but his grandchildren encouraged him to learn so they could stay in touch more easily. He took it slow, learning one feature at a time, and eventually, he became comfortable with texting, video chatting, and even using social media to keep up with family. He found that it helped him feel more connected and less isolated, especially during times when in-person visits weren't possible. If technology feels overwhelming, start small. Take it one step at a time. Maybe begin by learning how to send a text message or make a video call. There are plenty of resources available, including community classes for older adults, online tutorials, and even friends or family members who are willing to help. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's okay to take your time. Technology can open up new ways to stay connected, learn, and even have fun. It's all about finding what works for you and using it to enhance your life, not overwhelm it. Remember, you're never too old to learn something new, and embracing technology can bring new opportunities for connection and growth. Number 25. Avoid skipping opportunities to connect with nature. Spending time in nature can have a profound impact on your mood, health, and overall well-being. When living alone, it's easy to get caught up in indoor routines and forget the importance of getting outside. But connecting with nature, whether it's a walk in the park, tending to a garden, or simply sitting outside in the fresh air, can help reduce stress, improve your mood, and give you a sense of peace and connection. I once heard about a woman who found solace in her garden after her husband passed away. She started with just a few flowers, but over time, her garden grew, and so did her sense of joy. Tending to her plants gave her a reason to get outside every day, and she found that the simple act of caring for her garden brought her a sense of purpose and tranquility. You don't need a large garden to enjoy the benefits of nature. Even a small balcony with a few potted plants can make a difference. Taking a walk in a nearby park, sitting under a tree, or even watching birds can help you feel more connected to the world around you. Nature has a way of grounding us, of reminding us that we are part of something bigger, and spending time in it is a beautiful way to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Make it a goal to connect with nature in some way each day, even if it's just for a few minutes. The fresh air, the sounds, and the sights of the natural world can help you feel more at peace, more present, and more connected to life. Thank you for joining me for part 5 of this journey. If you found these tips helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss any of our future content. Your support means the world to me, and I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share how you're applying these tips in your life. Number 26. Avoid disregarding financial planning for the future. One of the most important aspects of living independently is ensuring that you're financially prepared for whatever the future holds. It can be easy to put off thinking about finances, especially when things seem stable, but proactive financial planning is crucial for maintaining your independence and reducing stress. Taking control of your financial future can give you peace of mind and help you feel more secure in your day-to-day life. Consider the story of a woman who lived comfortably on her retirement savings for several years but never really planned for unexpected expenses. When her roof needed repairs, she found herself stressed and unsure how to cover the cost. After that experience, she decided to meet with a financial advisor and put a plan in place. By doing so, she not only created a financial cushion for emergencies but also learned how to budget more effectively to make her savings last longer. Financial planning doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start by creating a monthly budget that covers your expenses while leaving room for savings. Consider setting up an emergency fund to cover unexpected costs, like medical bills or home repairs. If managing your finances feels challenging, consider speaking with a financial advisor who can help you develop a plan tailored to your needs. Financial security is a key part of maintaining your independence. By planning ahead, you can reduce stress and ensure that you have the resources you need to live comfortably and confidently in the years ahead. Number 27. Avoid ignoring the importance of social engagement. Staying socially engaged is crucial for your emotional and mental well-being. It's easy to fall into the habit of staying home, especially if you're used to living alone, but maintaining social connections can bring joy, fulfillment, and a sense of community to your life. Social engagement isn't just about avoiding loneliness, it's about enriching your life with meaningful connections and experiences. I remember reading about an older gentleman who realized that his social circle had dwindled after retirement. He felt isolated and wasn't sure how to reconnect with others. Eventually, he decided to join a local book club, which turned out to be a wonderful experience. He not only enjoyed discussing books but also made new friends who shared his interests. These new social interactions brought excitement and purpose back into his life. You don't have to attend big events or join large groups to stay socially engaged. Start by reaching out to friends or family members for a chat, or consider joining a local group that matches your interests, like a gardening club, a walking group, or even a craft class. Volunteering is also a great way to stay socially active while giving back to your community. Staying engaged with others adds joy and meaning to your life. It's about nurturing relationships and building new connections that enrich your journey. Don't underestimate the power of a simple conversation or shared activity. Those moments can make all the difference in how you feel each day. Number 28. Avoid overlooking your hobbies and passions. Hobbies and passions are what make life vibrant and fulfilling. When you're living alone, it's easy to let hobbies fall by the wayside, especially if you feel that no one else is there to share them with. But engaging in activities that bring you joy is essential for your well-being and helps keep your mind active and your spirit uplifted. One older woman I read about loved painting in her younger years but stopped after her children moved away. She felt like there wasn't much point in painting when she didn't have anyone to share her work with. Eventually, she decided to pick up her paintbrush again, just for herself. She found that painting brought her a deep sense of joy and satisfaction, and it became a way for her to express herself and feel creative again. Whether it's painting, knitting, writing, gardening, or cooking, making time for your hobbies is an important part of living a happy and fulfilling life. These activities provide an opportunity to explore your creativity, challenge yourself, and find meaning in your day-to-day life. Don't be afraid to try something new. Maybe there's a hobby you've always wanted to explore but never had the time for. Now is the perfect opportunity to dive in and see where your passions take you. Engaging in hobbies isn't just about passing the time, it's about enriching your life, nurturing your soul, and bringing a sense of accomplishment and joy to each day. Your passions are worth pursuing, and the time you invest in them is time spent investing in your happiness. Number 29. Avoid disregarding the benefits of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, and it can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional health. When you're living alone, it's easy for your mind to wander to worries about the future or regrets from the past. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay grounded, reduce stress, and find peace in the present moment. I once read about a man who struggled with anxiety after retiring. He found that without the structure of his job, his mind was often filled with worries. A friend suggested he try mindfulness meditation, and though he was skeptical at first, he gave it a try. He began setting aside a few minutes each day to focus on his breathing and be fully present. Over time, he found that these moments of mindfulness helped him feel calmer and more in control of his thoughts. Mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you feel overwhelmed, paying attention to the sights and sounds around you during a walk, or spending a few minutes each day meditating. The goal is to bring your attention to the present moment and let go of the worries that weigh you down. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine, you can create a sense of inner calm and well-being. It's a powerful tool for managing stress and finding joy in the simple moments of life. Number 30. Avoid neglecting your sense of adventure. Just because you're living alone doesn't mean you have to stop seeking out adventure. Life is full of opportunities for exploration and new experiences, no matter your age. Maintaining a sense of adventure keeps you curious, engaged, and excited about the world around you. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown, even if it's in small ways. I remember a story about an older woman who decided to take a day trip to a nearby town she had never visited before. She packed a lunch, got in her car, and spent the day exploring. It was a simple adventure, but it filled her with a sense of excitement and independence. She realized that there were still so many places to see and experiences to have, even close to home. Adventure doesn't have to mean traveling far or doing something extreme. It can be as simple as trying a new restaurant, taking a different route on your daily walk, or learning something new. You could take a cooking class, visit a museum, or even try a new hobby. These small adventures add excitement to your life and remind you that there is always something new to discover. Maintaining a sense of adventure keeps your spirit young and your mind open. It's about embracing the unknown and finding joy in the journey, no matter where it takes you. Don't be afraid to try new things. Life is meant to be lived fully, and every day is an opportunity for a new adventure. Number 31. Avoid forgetting to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can transform your outlook on life. When you're living alone, it's easy to focus on what might be missing: companionship, family, or the hustle and bustle of a full house. But practicing gratitude helps shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. It's about acknowledging the good and finding joy in the simple things. One older gentleman I read about began keeping a gratitude journal after he lost his wife. Each night, he would write down 3 things he was grateful for, whether it was a sunny day, a call from his daughter, or a delicious meal he cooked for himself. This simple practice helped him stay positive and reminded him that there were still many beautiful things in his life to appreciate. You don't need a journal to practice gratitude. You can simply take a moment each day to reflect on the things you're thankful for. It could be the warmth of the sun on your face, a good book, a friendly conversation, or the comfort of your home. Practicing gratitude helps you focus on the positive, lifts your mood, and brings a sense of contentment to your daily life. Gratitude is about recognizing the beauty in the small moments and appreciating the life you have. It's a powerful way to cultivate happiness and find joy in the everyday. And with that, we've reached the end of our journey through these essential tips for thriving while living independently. I hope you found these insights helpful and empowering, and I encourage you to take these ideas and put them into action in your own life. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to me, and I'd love to hear about your own experiences and how you're implementing these tips. Turn on notifications so you never miss our future content. Together, we can continue this journey of living our best lives, independently and joyfully. Thank you for watching, and take care.